It's dark when you wake up. Want to do some yoga? Yeah. Let's just chat the whole time. You can chat while you do yoga. Today's class is all around the Kripalu moon salute. Have either of you done the Kripalu moon salute? Sherry, I know you've done it with me a couple times, but the Kripalu moon salute was made recently. I think within the last 10 years, this woman came up with the Kripalu moon salute, because we have the sun salutes, which are, like raise up, raise down, do a chaturanga, up dog, down dog, like quick movements with your breath. Very solar energy, which means being heated, being activated, sometimes even being like in a competition mode. So the Kripalu moon salute is much more feminine, much more calming, cooling, and fluid. You can kind of take it and make it your own. It's not as rigid. It doesn't necessarily follow a certain number of breaths per pose. So it gives us that flexibility to take and be in some poses and adjust them to our own practice. And the word Kripalu means one of compassion, or someone who is merciful. And when we think about, for most of us, when the moon is out is usually our time of rest. When the moon is out, we're usually getting some opportunity for healing when we're sleeping, unless you work an overnight job. But when the moon is out, our lunar energy is able to kick in that healing, that rejuvenation, restoring of the body's energy and of all of the internal healing that takes place while we rest. So doing the Kripalu moon salute gives us those opportunities to allow rest and to allow healing while we make some very intentional movement with our bodies. So we'll go through and we'll do some warm-ups, we'll do the things that we usually do, and I'll teach the Kripalu moon salute. It takes a while to go through because it is pretty slow. So I'll teach it a couple times, and then you'll have space to make it your own, to take, and maybe you want to try going through it quicker or more slowly, or really spending some time in the different poses, and you'll have that opportunity. This is a really, really, really lovely salute. I really like the Kripalu moon salute. It's a great practice to have in your back pocket. So let's start from a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze, simply looking downward. Take a moment to listen to the sounds happening around you. And then listen into your own breath. And pay special attention to the feelings and sensations of your breath in your nostrils. And for our class today, we won't follow any specific breathing pattern. Simply notice and experience your breath as you go through our class. Continuing to feel your breath in the nostrils, unless of course you're sick, then you can breathe it in out the mouth. The next time you exhale, start to tuck your chin towards your chest. You can let your head hang heavy, your shoulders relax. The next time you inhale, bring your head up to neutral. One more time, exhale to tuck the chin toward the chest, letting it hang heavy. Stretching out the back of the neck. Take a big breath in and exhale out your mouth while your head is down here. Then the next time you inhale, start to roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Keep going back around in a big circle. When you exhale, bring the chin forward toward the chest. Keep making this big circle. Inhale as you go back around. Exhale as you come forward and around. You can move your spine with your neck to the rest of your spine if you'd like to bring some big circles into the body. Do this one more time on the left side. And then you can start moving toward the right. Inhaling to bring the right ear toward the right shoulder. Exhaling to come forward and around. You can invite the rest of your spine to join in with this movement if you'd like. One more time, and then you can come to neutral. We'll be doing a bit of lateral movement in our Kripalu moon salute. So plant the left hand along the left side of the body. Extend the right hand out to the side, palm up. Inhale to raise the arm up. And when you exhale, bend toward the left side. Opening the right side of the body. Very nice. Inhale to raise your arm up and exhale to lower down by your side. Extend the left arm out to the side now. Inhale to raise up. When you exhale, bend toward the side. Opening the left side of the body now. Very nice. When you're ready, inhale to reach up. Exhale to lower. You can start to do this on your own. We'll do this a few more on each side. If you'd like, you can open up the elbow with a nice big inhale. Exhale to return. Then moving through to bring your arm down. So there's another option for you as you move with your breath. When you inhale, bend the elbow to open the chest. Exhale to come back to your side stretch. So moving through on your own now. One more on each side. Very nice. Extend the right arm out to the side one more time. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to bend toward the side. Take a nice big inhale. When you exhale, start to come forward, reaching forward with the right hand, rounding around, extending the opposite arm up to the other side. So we'll move through this with your breath now. When you exhale, come forward. Inhale, swap up the other arm. Exhale to come forward. Inhale to reach and extend with the opposite arm. You can move at your own pace now. Do about 2 more on each side. Allow yourself to really flow. When you're done with your second one on the second side, you can come to a neutral spine. And we'll start to make our way to our hands and knees. And gently rock forward and back on the wrists and the knees. Point the fingers toward each other, fingers pointing toward the center, and then gently rock from left to right. Flip your hands so the bottoms of your hands are going down on the ground, palms are up, and very gently rock forward and back. You can track him with your fingertips pointing toward you if that's not too intense. That's okay. Very different kind of feeling. Yeah. Then go ahead and take any circles or shakes and wiggles with your hands that you need. Coming back to our tabletop position with your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. Very nice. When you inhale, start to drop the belly, open the chest, lift the gaze, cow pose. When you exhale, start to tuck, arch, and round the spine, pressing your belly button way up toward your spine, keeping the chin tucked. You can move through a few of these on your own, inhaling to drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhaling to tuck, arch, and round, really pressing up through your hands and your knees. So a couple more times on your own. Starting to wake up the spine. Do one more, and then press yourself back into a child's pose or balasana after your cat pose. Resting the sit bones down onto the heels, maybe walking the fingertips forward to extend and lengthen the spine. Very nice. Our practice today is one of healing, one of peace, cooling, calm energy. You can use this time to set an intention for yourself. You know what you need most. Maybe a reminder to slow and calm, reminder to accept as you are. Seal in your intention with one full breath in and out. And then you can start to press yourself up onto the hands and knees. Start to tuck the toes underneath. Next time you inhale, you can hover the knees and then start to walk the feet toward the hands. We'll find a nice deep forward fold. You can bend your knees, you can rock your upper body. Have your legs straight if you would like to. Maybe grab on behind your legs, whatever feels the most supportive for you right now. We'll be here for a few more breaths. And within the next couple breaths, you can start to slowly unwind into a standing position. Keeping your chin tucked until you get to the very top. You can take a few breaths to yourself here now that you are standing. Maybe reconnect with your intention or with your breath. Wonderful. Alrighty, I am so excited to teach the Kripalu moon salute to you. I think you're really gonna like this and you'll be able to have this at home, maybe for a morning or evening practice or midday or really anytime. We're gonna start with our feet together. So the insides of the feet touching, bringing the hands to heart center, palms to touch. This is called Anjali Mudra. So while we're here, just connect with your breath, feel and notice your breath. You can begin to press the palms together, sending them up and overhead, reaching up with the arms, palms together. We're going to create a steeple grip with the hands. So what that means is you'll keep your index fingers pointed up, crisscross your other three fingers, and your thumbs can be pointed up, straight up. So your thumb and your pointer fingers are pointed up. And then squeeze those fingers really up high, like your biceps are hugging your ears. Very nice. Take a big breath in. And then when you exhale, shift your weight toward your left foot and start to bend toward the left side, kind of making a C with your spine. It's like your pointer fingers are drawing a line down the opposite wall. Very nice. Everyone's keeping a nice open chest. Next time you inhale, come up to the center. When you exhale, now start to bend toward the right, creating a C with the spine this way. On your next inhale, you can come up through the center. Now you can release the grip on your hands and start to step along the long edge of your mat facing me. So stepping your legs nice and wide, toes are pointing out, arms are going to come up. So we're making a 5-pointed star with the body. We'll be here just for a moment, allowing yourself to take up space. The next time you exhale, start to bend into the knees, bend into the elbows, finding a goddess pose. Straight-ish spine, kind of sitting down into this squat. You can straighten both legs and bring your hands down along your sides and start to point your left toes toward the front of your mat. So pointing your left toes toward the front, pivot your back foot so it's facing the long end of the mat. Take your hips and kind of tick-tock them toward the right. So we're creating some space here on the left. Left hand comes down by your side. Your right arm can come out like a T. And then the next time you exhale, start to bend toward the left leg, finding a trikonasana or triangle pose. Very nice. We're keeping our hips nice and wide open here. This is an intense pose in yoga. So if at any time you need to bend the knee a little bit or come out of it, that is just fine. We'll be warming ourselves up for this triangle pose all throughout our practice. While you're here, you have the option to look down toward your foot, out to the side, or up toward your right hand. Very nice. You can bring that right hand down to meet the left hand, and your back toes can pivot toward the corner of the mat. So they're at about a 45-degree angle, very nice. Your hands can rest along the leg or at the hips. We're finding Parsvottanasana or a pyramid pose. So starting to fold over the front leg, the left leg. And again, you can have a slight bend in the knee if you'd like. Otherwise, try to work towards straightening out your front left leg. Very nice. If it's in your flexibility this evening, you can work toward releasing your hands toward the ground. And as we go throughout our practice, you may find that you're able to release your hands farther down. But for now, anywhere along the leg is great as we're warming up. Very nice. Pivot the back toes one more time. So now they're facing the front of the mat. Bring both hands down to frame the front foot, and we'll find a lunge on this side, working toward a 90-ish degree angle in the front knee, not scooting forward or back, but working toward having the knee right above the ankle. Very nice. And hands will be down. This is a low lunge. You also have the option for your back knee to come down and set the top of the back foot down. Just an option. Walk your hands to the inside of your front foot, and we're going to work toward a side lunge. So now we're facing the long end of the mat, opening up toward the side. And I'll show you this way too, Sherry. So long, wide lunge. And while you're here, you can be up on the knee to have a little bit of support with your elbow or your forearm resting on the knee, or you can work your way down into the lunge, maybe having your hands down on the ground, right foot up, hands can come to heart center. Some different options for where you could be at with your lunge. Also an intense one. Start to walk the feet toward the center of your mat, just beyond hip distance. And we'll find Malasana or a garland squat. So you can bring your forearms to the thighs. This is an option for Malasana, keeping the spine straight-ish. Or you can squat down into your stance, bring your sit bones more toward the ground, pressing the elbows into the insides of the knees. Yeah. And while you're in your garland squat, we have our Anjali Mudra, our hands together toward our heart center. You can be here in stillness or gently rocking from side to side. You can release your hands down to the ground. Start to step the feet wide again. Now we're shifting toward the right side for a lunge. Bending into the right knee, we're having a right side lunge. Remember, your forearm can come up onto the thigh above the knee area. I think that's called the thigh. Or you can kind of sink down into it and work on a lunge from a lower position. Start to pivot the toes toward the back of your mat. Both sets of toes will face the back of the mat, finding a right lunge here. So your left knee can be up or down on the ground. Top of your left foot can come down on the ground. Hands framing the front foot. And remember, here with our lunge, we're working toward a 90-ish degree angle in the front knee. If you are down on your left knee, you can start to press up into the left toes, lifting the back knee. Very nice. Start to step the left foot in a little bit, shortening your stance. Very nice. And straighten your right leg, finding our Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose on this side. So folding over your straight right leg, your hands can be on the ground, on your leg, on your hips, working toward folding forward. Very nice. Start to pivot your left toes toward the side of your mat. Keeping your right hand down on or near your leg, we're going to reach up with the left hand, opening toward the left side for Trikonasana or triangle. Yeah, very nice. You could even step your legs a little closer together, Kim. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. And again, your eyes can be up toward your fingertips, out to the side, or down toward the right leg. And you can start to bring your upper body up. Going to point the toes toward the long end of the mat again. And sink down into your goddess pose, bending the knees, bringing the arms up like goalposts, bending the elbows. Think about opening the hips by externally rotating the thighs. Maybe even slightly bringing the pelvis forward. Very nice adjustments, yeah. You can start to reach and extend the fingertips, straightening the arms and the legs, finding your star pose, allowing yourself to take up space. Keeping your arms up, start to walk your feet together toward the center, maybe toe heel them together. Reach your hands together and find that steeple grip. So the pointer finger and the thumbs are up, crisscrossing the other fingers, very nice. Take a big breath in, and when you exhale, bend toward the right this time. Drawing a C with the spine, keeping an open-ish chest. When you inhale, come up to the center, and when you exhale, bend toward the left side. Inhale to come up to the center. When you exhale, pressing the palms together, bring your hands to your heart center. And you can release your hands down along your sides. That is the Kripalu Moon Salute. So it does take a while to go through it. It gives us all sorts of feminine energy because we're really in our hips and we're doing all sorts of stuff. Some of the stretches are a little intense, but it gives us those moments to just be in them. Take some time to breathe into the stretch that we're feeling. Sometimes we think of stretches as discomfort, and so we back out of them, so we're not feeling that. We don't want to feel pain in yoga, but it's okay for us to feel a little burn in our stretch. So allow yourself to give into that while we are going through this next round. And I'll start to explain it a little bit less each time. I just like you to get all the alignment cues as we go. So that's okay. It's a lot. It is a lot. Kripalu. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It means merciful, compassionate. It's the Kripalu Moon Salute. Mm-hmm. Let's go through it again. So standing at the top of your mat with your feet together. When you inhale, nope, don't have to do that stuff. That's sun salute stuff. Can bring your palms to touch at your heart center, pressing the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Very nice, Sherry. Feel your breath within your body. Maybe you even notice that you're starting to feel a sense of cooling. Pressing the palms together, you can start to reach the arms up and overhead, reaching those fingertips high, extending the arms and finding a steeple grip when you get there, keeping the pointer fingers and thumbs straight, crisscrossing the other fingers. Really extend and reach through those index fingers. Take a big breath in, and when you exhale, start to bend toward the left side, shifting your weight toward your left foot. When you inhale, come up through the center. When you exhale, bend toward the right. Inhale to come up through the center and step your legs and arms wide, finding a star pose on the side of your mat. Toes pointing out, fingertips stretched wide, reach through your fingers, press through your feet. Allow yourself to take up space. And start to bend into the knees and the elbows, coming to a goddess pose. Maybe shifting the pelvis just slightly forward. Opening the knees and the hips with an external rotation in the thighs. Reach to straighten the arms and the legs. Pivot your right foot toward the side of the mat. Left toes point toward the front. Keep your left hand along the left front leg, kind of tick-tock your hips toward the right. And you can extend, yeah, you got it. It's a little bit of a sass. Right arm out like a T, reaching up with the right arm as you start to bend down the left leg. For our triangle, we're staying open to the side. Gaze can be down at your front foot, out to the side, or up toward your right hand. You can release your right hand down by your right and pivot the right toes toward the corner of your mat now. You can lift up a little if you'd like, bringing the hands to the hips or anywhere along your leg as you fold over your straight-ish left leg for Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. We just had our hips nice and open. Think about shifting the hips toward one another in the front. And again, the other name for this pose is intense side stretch. So it's okay to breathe into and allow yourself to feel a bit of that burn in the stretch. Pivot the back toes once more toward the front of the mat. Release your hands down, bending into the front leg, finding a lunge. Back knee can be up or down. If your back knee is down, you can pick it up as you start to walk your hands to the inside of your front foot, pivoting yourself toward the long end of your mat for a side lunge. Bending into the left knee, straight right leg. Your forearm can be up on the thigh, just above the knee. Or you can release the upper body down, really bending into this side lunge. If you are released down, work on pointing those right toes up toward the sky. Yeah, very nice, Sherry. You too, Michelle. That's okay. Start to walk your hands toward the center of your mat, walking the feet just wider than the hips, finding our malasana. Your forearms can rest just above the knees, or you can bend into the squat, your elbows pressing into the insides of your knees. And wherever you're at with your garland squat, you can be in stillness or find a bit of rocking motion, whatever your body is calling for. It's your opportunity to soothe and heal. Bring the hands down toward the mat. Start to shift your weight over to the right foot, extending the left foot, finding our side lunge here. Maybe you come up onto the knee or keep yourself down in a lunge. Some options. Sherry, you can work on pointing those left toes up toward the sky. I can't see them, they probably are. Start to pivot now toward the back of your mat, finding a right low lunge or runner's lunge. Hands are coming down. Both the right and left toes are facing the back of the mat, and your left knee can be down or lifted up. From here, we're starting to step the back foot in quite a bit, straightening the front right leg, releasing the arms down anywhere along the leg or toward the ground for Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. Allowing yourself surrender in this intense side stretch. You could step your right foot 2 inches forward, Kim. See how that would change it? Yeah. Pivot the left toes along the long edge of the mat. So they're pointing out toward the side. You can keep your right hand where it is and start to tick-tock your hips toward the left, reaching the left hand out to the side or up above for Trikonasana or triangle pose. Very nice. Right hand can be anywhere along the leg, on the inside or outside of the front leg. Very nice. Start to reach the arms up like a T. Toes are both pointing out toward the sides now, stepping long on your mat. Bending into the elbows and the knees for your goddess pose. Slightly shift the pelvis forward. Another way to think of that is a gentle tuck of the tailbone. It's like there's a light little string coming out the top of your head to give you a sense of lift and alignment. You got it. Looks good. Can start to straighten the legs, straighten the arms, extending into a star pose, taking up space. Big breaths here. Keeping your arms up, start to tiptoe the feet together in the center. Bring your hands together up above and find your steeple grip. Big breath in, and when you exhale, bend toward the right. Inhale through to the center. When you exhale, bend toward the left. Inhale your arms up to the center, keeping the palms together. You can find your Anjali Mudra, uncrossing the fingers, starting to bend the elbows, bringing the hands to the chest center. Take a moment to connect with and feel your breath. Maybe return to your intention from the beginning. Then you can release your arms down along your sides. Very nice. I see some automatic adjustments happening in each of you, and we get to different places. You're starting to remember, even if it feels like a lot, your body is starting to internalize where it's going and what you can do while you're there. It's beautiful. I'll do it with you one more time. So you can step toward the top of your mat, feet together. Your hands can come to your heart center in Anjali Mudra, palms touching, really pressing together. Keeping the palms pressed together, start to lift the arms up and overhead, like your biceps are hugging onto your ears and your fingertips are reaching up toward the ceiling. Find your steeple grip. Big breath in, and when you exhale, bend toward the left. When you inhale, come through to the center. When you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale to come through center and step your arms and legs wide on the side of your mat. Toes out, fingers outstretched. Take up space and breathe. Challenge your balance if you'd like by closing your eyes. Bend into the knees and the elbows, finding your goddess pose. Maybe slightly shifting the pelvis forward. One more tip here is you could gently press the elbows back, opening the chest. Inhale to straighten the arms and legs. Release your arms down along your sides. Shift the right toes toward the long end of the mat and the left toes forward to the front of the mat. Left hand stays on your left leg. You can tick-tock your hips toward the right. It's the best way I know how to describe it. Yeah, everyone got it. And then start to find your Trikonasana or triangle pose. Right arm comes up, left arm slides down on the leg or on the inside or outside of the front leg. Very nice. Can look down to the side or up above. Release your right hand down and pivot your right toes to a 45-degree angle. Shifting the hips forward, mostly your right hip forward. You can bend over your front leg, over the left leg. Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. Release your hands down, bend into the left knee, and pivot the right toes forward. Finding a lunge, your right knee can be up or down. If your knee is down, pick it up and start to walk the hands to the inside of the left foot, pivoting both sets of toes toward the long end of your mat and finding a left side lunge. Yeah. Maybe work on adjusting your sit bones 2 inches lower to the ground, wherever you are. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got it. Sometimes it takes a few times of hearing it for it to click. You can walk your hands and your feet toward the center, feet just about wider than your hips. Finding your Malasana squat, your arms can rest up above the knees. Forearms on the thighs, or you can bend into the knees a little deeper, quite a bit deeper, and bringing the elbows to the insides of the knees. Some other options that you can play around with in this Malasana is to straighten your arms, using your arms to open up the knees even wider. You can still do your rocking motion with the arms straight or with your hands in Anjali Mudra. Michelle, think about straightening your spine.
Yeah, no, it feels
arched a little bit. What if you step your feet a little wider, toes out to the side even wider? And then when you sit down, think about bringing the tailbone down first. So that might be where you're starting from. And then as you work in it with your alignment, you'll get a little deeper.
Yeah, right now.
That is right now you are. It's straight spine. Yeah.
I feel like when I'm arched like that, I want to follow.
Yeah, not weird. Start to extend the left leg, bending into the right knee, finding our right side lunge. Again, your forearm might come up onto the right knee, or you might bend a little bit deeper. Yeah, there you go. If you're going for the deeper version, your hands can really be anywhere. That helps you be here. You can, yeah. Alignment wise, we're stretching out our left hamstring. So being up on the toes doesn't take away from that. You're good to go.
I'm stretching my hamstring.
Not should be. That is an option. Start to point up your left toes more, maybe. There you go. Alrighty. Releasing the left foot down, pivoting toward the back of the mat to find our right lunge. Bending into the right knee, left knee can be up or down. If the left knee is down, you can pick it up and step the left foot up a good bit, straightening out the right front leg, bending over the front leg, Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. Very nice adjustments so that both sets of hips are toward the front. Good job. I didn't even say that, and you all did it. Now you can shift your hips toward the left, leaving the right arm down, Start to open the left arm toward the side for Trikonasana or triangle pose. There you go. Doing it from lower, yeah. It is different. You can start to bring your arms up like a T, toes along the, long end of your mat, toes slightly out. Gotta adjust to get there. Then we're bending into the knees and elbows for our goddess pose. Straight-ish spine. Maybe there's a little balloon at the top of your head. Straightening the legs, straightening the arms for a star pose. Reach and extend. Take up space. Keeping the arms up, bring the palms together overhead and start to step your feet together, heel toe them together. The insides of your feet are touching. Find your steeple grip. Inhale, and when you exhale, bend toward the right. Inhale through the center. When you exhale, bend toward the left. Inhale through center. Uncross the fingers, bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra, pressing the palms together at your heart center. Closing the eyes for a moment to connect with the breath, the body, and your intention. Then you can release your arms down along your sides. Now my body is starting to feel very lovely now that we've done it a few times. It's good, great stuff. Ready to do it on your own? I will help you all the way through. Yes. It is long, yeah, and there's a lot to remember in each pose. So you can step toward the top of your mat and bring the insides of your feet together. Bring your palms to touch at heart center for Anjali Mudra. Pressing the palms together, start to lift the arms up and overhead. You know what to do from here for the next few, so find your steeple grip and go to the left first. Then you can step your arms and legs wide on the long edge of your mat, toes pointing out. Finding a star pose, reaching and extending. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. You know what pose you're going to next, so when you're ready, you can start to adjust there into your goddess pose, bending the knees and elbows. Beautiful adjustments. You can straighten the arms and the legs. And we're going to tick-tock the hips. Right foot goes to the long end. Left toes point to the front of the mat. Hips shift toward the right. Then find your Trikonasana or triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm reaches out to the side or up and overhead. Next, you're moving to your Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. Reaching the right arm down, shifting the back toes forward, bending over your straight right leg, straight-ish right leg. Oh, left. Well, it's helpful for me to do it too. Allowing yourself to surrender into this intense stretch. Tuck your chin, Sherry. Then you can bend into the front knee. If you haven't already, shift both sets of toes toward the front, finding a lunge. You had it right, Michelle. Yeah. Nope, going toward the front of your mat. Yes, that way, bending in. Finding your lunge here, back knee can be up or down. You know where you're moving next. Okay. Side lunge on the left. Whether that is higher or lower. Left knee is bent, yeah. Maybe you get your sit bones a ½ inch lower than they already are. Next, you're moving your feet just wider than hip distance. Yeah, you got it. That's a nice spine alignment. You are squatting. Yeah. Now we're going to shift toward our right side lunge. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Right knee is toward the back of the mat, bent. Yeah. Our side lunge first, Michelle, sorry. Yeah, that way. I did say toward the back. And you can walk your hands around toward the back of the space, facing both sets of toes toward the back for a low lunge. Bending into the front knee, about a 90-ish degree angle. That's okay. You went to the right one. From there, you're pressing up to your Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose. There you go. From your pyramid pose to your triangle, you got it, Sherry, nice. After your triangle is your goddess pose. Nice mindful movements. Next to your star pose. Keeping your arms up, you can start to press your palms together over your head and step the feet together. Insides of the feet come to touch-ish. Steeple grip, and first you'll be bending toward the right. You can release your steeple grip after that and bring your hands together, Anjali Mudra at your heart. Very nice. You can release your arms down along your sides. I think you know more of it than you think you do. This time I'm really not gonna say anything. Yeah, yeah. Start at the top of the mat. You've got this. And if you end up doing something totally different, that's fine. You're taking intentional moments to breathe, to move. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got TikTok. That's okay. No, you don't. You've got it. Find a low lunge on the left side. Yeah. Mm. Oh, the middle squat, the low squat in the middle. And Sherry, once you're done, you can scoot your mat up against the wall or the bed and then have your lay down on your back and have your legs up along the wall. So you're gonna be facing the wall when you lay down. Yeah, you got it. You too, Kim. You can scoot your mat up on the wall and let your legs go up on the wall. Like lay on your back and put your legs right up there. Beautiful job, everyone. It's nothing about being right or wrong. Going through and finding some supportive movements. When you're done, Michelle, you can join us on the wall. And while you're here, you can rest your hands along your core or your chest, along your sides. Your legs can be straight up. You can have them out like a V. Maybe one leg straight, one leg out. Play around with this restorative pose. You can start to take any other supportive movements that your body is asking for. Maybe that's scooting back and doing a few twists, or pulling the knees in toward the chest. Or you can stay in this restorative legs up the wall pose. Wherever you're at, extend your arms up above your head, reaching back to lengthen the spine while your body is in this space. You can take a few more breaths here and we'll start to transition our way into Shavasana. Maybe you'd like to put on some extra layers or grab a pillow or dim the lights. I can grab a blanket for either of you if you would like.
It's okay. We worked hard.
Perfect. It is. Isn't it nice?
mom checking me.
Oh. In your Shavasana, if you haven't already, you can close your eyes. And take a few breaths in through the mouth and out through the nose. Now you can breathe however comes naturally to you. And allow yourself to imagine that you are sleeping underneath a bright, full moon. While you're resting here in comfortable darkness with the glow of the moon all around you. And the moon is there to heal, restore, and calm you. Maybe you continue to experience the light of the moon. Maybe you notice other sensations of calming, cooling, some presence from the moon comforting you now. Remind yourself of your intention from the beginning of our class. And remember, you can carry that and the Kripalu moon salute with you in your personal practice. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe gently rock the head from side to side. Extend the arms out to the side or overhead. Take a big breath in through the mouth. So when you're ready, you can roll onto your right side of your body. Bending the knees, using your arm as a pillow or your blanket as a pillow. Take in your last few moments of rest here. And you can slowly press yourself up to a seated position. Closing your eyes when you get there, bringing your hands back to Anjali Mudra at your heart center. You're going to tuck your chin toward your fingertips. And for the next few breaths, seal in this wonderful energy that you created for yourself this evening. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice of the Kripalu Moon Salute. It's been my pleasure to guide you through it. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace. Yes, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Sherry. Have a nice night.
You too. Be safe. Love you.